right
Oh,
there.
yes, I'm right here. What's up?
Okay, so here's what we have. And
Okay.
again, we're not mentioning him. He's on the Zoom ready to go.
Okay, I better go like this.
Try. Yeah, I almost was going to do that for
Okay.
you.
Okay.
Don't mention his name.
No, that will work for me.
Howard's going to start talking.
Okay.
And we know when to cue him in.
Where's the pledge of
When are we
allegiance?
queuing? When are we queuing him in?
When Howard says it's a bracket spot, in Howard's speech.
When is Howard's speech? Sorry.
Public comment on Noah.
So we'll be Howard here.
Right.
And then we're going to, when he says something, Noah's bar mitzvah.
That's when we're going to cue the Zoom.
Okay.
And his brother will start talking.
Okay. So and you'll coordinate that.
Yeah, we've already got all the guys ready to go.
Okay.
And his name.
Josh. That's great. Okay.
And then after Josh speaks,
Yeah.
John Cluck is going to talk about Noah also.
Okay.
He was the only write-in.
Okay. Gotcha. And then
Keep going like normal. And Noah's going to say his departing, so you keep going.
right. And then this will rise, which is right. Okay.
And the only other write-in
Yes.
is a gentleman by the name of Robbie Curtis.
Okay. And
They're
no.
all, these are all students,
Okay. And no.
except for him.
Well, no seated time. It looks like.
The only Joel seated time for Zachary.
Okay.
The only one.
Okay. Okay. So I'll say that. Yep. Got it. So
That's right.
sure. Good evening, everyone. If we could please get started. Please have a seat. We have a full evening for you. I'm going to call this meeting to order. Our organizational meeting, December 17th. Yes. Waiting for a countdown from KBEV. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining our board meeting and organizational board meeting, December 17th. We are calling to order, and we'd like to begin with a flag salute from Aaliyah and Ilan Marcus, the grandchildren of our one and only Rochelle Marcus.
Please put your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated.
And now we have mission and vision.
Here's our mission: to achieve educational excellence.
And our vision is our students will realize the full potential to thrive with integrity in a complex, changing world. The BHUSD community acknowledges that in order to achieve educational excellence, we must act with integrity and respect for each other and our learning environment. Therefore, I pledge to model civil behavior and respect in all communications and in public while maintaining a culture of honesty, listen and acknowledge differences of opinion,
Do my part to protect an inclusive culture in which we honor the relationship between all school community members and honor our learning environment, including how we take our schools and personal property. By holding ourselves and each other accountable to this pledge at all times, We will promote an environment of educational excellence that will allow our entire BHUSD community to thrive.
That was beautiful. Thank you, guys. Let's hear it for Aaliyah and Alon. Marcus. I want to start with, unfortunately, a moment of silence. I know that there are those who claim to fear for their lives when they're at school. Yesterday in Wisconsin, a teacher not only feared for her life and those of her students, but sadly, she lost her life, and so did some students. I also want to take a moment of silence as we realize that this is the 437th day in which there are hostages in captivity. There's also pain among those in Sudan and those from the Ethiopian War, which was over about 2 years ago, but there are continued investigations into crimes against humanity. If we could all have a moment of silence, please. Thank you. Thank you. It is my pleasure to introduce Ethan Smith and the Magical Singers.
Spread a little holiday cheer. Right. Yeah. We face you or them? Face them. So the Madrigals have been going strong since 1961. We are still singing. We had our concerts last week, 3 concerts, and 3 nights, and we are singing all the way up till Christmas Eve. This is some of us. It is finals week after all. We sing a couple songs here. Oh, what a merry Christmas day, hear the joyous music play. Bells are ringing, choirs singing, oh, what a merry Christmas day. Sharing the season of good cheer with the ones we hold so dear. Friendly faces, warm embraces, oh, what a merry Christmas day. Snowflake-covered country lanes, Jack Frost-painted window panes, twinkling stars on Christmas trees, oh, what happy memories. Gather round the fireplace, families filled with love and grace. From the peaceful embers glow, blessed Yuletide spirits grow, grow and grow, grow and grow. Joy to the children far and near, what a wondrous time of year. Isn't it just grand to say, Merry, Merry Christmas, Merry, Merry Christmas, Merry, Merry Christmas, Merry, Merry Christmas, oh, what a Merry Christmas day. Hanukkah, Hanukkah, come light the menorah. Let's have a party, we'll all dance the hora. Gather round the table, we'll give you a treat. Sitting on to play with what is to eat. Gather round the table, we'll give you a treat. Sitting on to play with what is to eat. And while we are playing, the candles are burning low. One for each night they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. One for each night they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago.
Please.
Sing all night if you let us.
Certain poor shepherds in fields as they lay.
My daughter's band. She was a Madrigal for 3 years. All right, you had to work for this.
Can we make a motion that we all get one?
Thank you, that's wonderful.
And up next, to continue our program this evening, I'd like to introduce you to Mrs. Joy Weiser. She will be singing God Bless America. Joy is the daughter of Mrs. Marcus. She attended Hawthorne and then graduated Beverly Hills High School in 1987, where she sang with the Madrigals. So how reminiscent is that? She has appeared in many operas. She went to Boston University and received a degree in music. She also teaches yoga and voice lessons. So nice to see you again.
Thank you. So thank you, Dr. Brecky, for inviting me to share a song. And I also want to thank the community of Beverly Hills for putting their trust in my mother. And I just want to tell her how proud I am of her. So here is God Bless America, and please feel free to sing along, especially when we get to the chorus.
As the storm clouds gather far across the sea, let us swear allegiance to a land that's free. Let us all be thankful for a land so fair as we raise our voices in a solemn prayer. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Now you know where I got my vocal cords.
Well, that was incredible. Thank you. Can I get an approval of the agenda, please?
I will move to approve the agenda.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We will move towards board organization and action. Would someone care to give an approval of the resolution put forth?
I make a motion to approve the resolution 2024-2025-09- Dr. Amanda Stern.
Okay. I'll second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. And now
I
we,
read it.
And so, Mrs. Marcus.
Okay. Whereas Dr. Amanda Stern has served as president of the Beverly Hills Unified School District from December 2023 through December 2024, and whereas she has prioritized mental health and wellness, ensuring these critical topics are central to the Board of Education's agenda and discussions as a foundation of education, and whereas she has advocated to connect Beverly Hills Unified School District with the global community, fostering opportunities for cultural understanding, collaboration, and inclusive, encouraging acknowledgments such as leading moments of silence, and whereas she put forth a critical resolution for safe firearms storage, and where she has been an innovative leader supporting the evolving needs of students and schools through initiatives, including presenting at the California School Boards Association Annual Education Conference, and whereas she has actively recognized and celebrated student and staff achievements in a plethora of academic pathways, sports, and extracurricular programs, and whereas she has used her expertise in psychology to advocate for policies and programs that promote the emotional and social well-being of students, staff, and the community, and whereas she has led with compassion, dignity, and an unwavering commitment to ensuring the well-being of every student, staff member, and family in the district. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Beverly Hills Unified School District Board of Education does hereby honor Dr. Amanda Stern for her leadership and outstanding service on behalf of the Beverly Hills Unified School District, presented the 17th day of December 2024.
thank you very much. It's actually easier to stand a little bit in these new chairs. I just have a few brief comments. Thank you very much for that resolution and for
Dr.
recognizing.
Stern, I think the board goes first.
Oh, well, it says outgoing comments.
Yeah, I know, but it says board and then you.
Well,
You
then.
can't silence me yet.
Okay. Barring no objections, why don't we start with our student board member?
Dr. Stern, you've provided me with such a warm welcome ever since I joined the board, and I'm so happy to see you still here after and that you're being reelected. So I wish you all the best, and I'm happy to work with you again.
Dr. Stern, you are only the second board member I served with who has a doctorate. Unless you count all the Juris Doctorates, but there always seems to be a lawyer on the board. I think they're handing out JDs like the LA Fitness flyer. I remember when we were first down one board member, and you soon came to the realization that you would be board president one day. You were a little uneasy with the idea back then, but I'm really glad that you stuck it out. You have been a strong advocate for our students and especially their state of mind. You are the most forgiving, non-confrontational board member I have ever worked with and have helped keep up my tone of an education-focused board that truly cares about our students. I wish you all the success in your second term. It has been an honor serving along your side.
Dr. Stern, I like to call you Mandy. Thank you for your 4 years of service. It's been great to be on the board with you the last couple years. And I do think that this resolution really does sum up the items that have been most important to you. And I thank you for your service and your hard work and dedication. And I welcome you back on for your next term. Congratulations.
I can only tell you, Dr. Stern, that it is a pleasure to serve with you, and I am grateful that you are going to be joining us again this next 4 years as you will move to the other side of the board, but you will still be heard and you will still make your presence known with your convictions and your ways you want to see students handled. And for that, we can only be grateful. And I do have to echo Mrs. Manicherry's words in that this resolution does put it in very good words, what you have meant to us on the board. So I wish you the best of luck. I'm glad you're joining us again. and I'm looking forward to working with you, so welcome back.
I also get to spend some additional time with our board presidents when it comes to doing the business and the agendas. And I think it's been said, but I do want to really focus in on the strengths that you brought with your background in school psychology and the achievements of our students, staffing to ensure that with the opening of the Bulldog Aid Center, the additional support that we've needed for our students and families, that you were right there for us. You always bring us back to that moment when we're talking about kids and families and support. And that has been very consistent. And just you have led with compassion and inclusivity, and I really have enjoyed working with you, and I'm so glad, as it's been said, that you're going to be around for another 4 years, so we will benefit from that.
So now we have a couple of items to present to you. Amanda, Dr. Stern, here is the resolution with its...
I think we have a picture with Rebecca.
Oh, and we also, I think there's something missing here, right, Dr. Berge?
Yes.
Oh, that's cute.
Oh, okay, there it is. It must have, but your term on the board, your little gavel, and I love you. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Okay, thank you very much. I love it. Put this here. Well, the good news is that with Rochelle as president, and I go over there, she can't make fun of me if I take off my high heels under the table anymore. She always pointed that out, but she's right. I just have some informal comments to say. First of all, thank you so much to all the city council members who are here, my colleagues, family, friends, family of those who are being sworn in tonight, Sigali and Russell. And I'm very grateful to my own family and my kids. And it's been a real honor over the last 4 years. When I was sworn in 4 years ago, it was actually during COVID. So it was through Zoom, so I was a little unsure of what to expect tonight. I wasn't sure how it was going to go, but I'm really happy to be here in person to welcome our two new board members in person. As for some of my priorities being about mental health, I want to say that prevention, and this is also true with security, sometimes you only know when something hasn't happened. So I'm fortunate to say, and I would knock on wood, that in the last 4 years, compared to what I've seen in other school districts, we've had a relative calm in terms of student crises that have escalated to full self-harm, and I'm happy for that, and it's an ongoing problem. And I want to say that for all those who are part of the district who have supported those efforts, it's hard work, and we're really grateful. One of the highlights of my 4 years was definitely the ribbon commemoration of the anniversary of the massacre of Israel in October 7th. And I just want to say that for re-election, all 7,104 of you who believe in me, I'm really grateful, and it's an honor to continue to serve an incredible city and an incredible district. Thank you. All right, I'd like to make an approval of resolution number 2024-2025-10, Noah Margo. Oh, okay. Is this on? Okay. An approval of resolution 2024-2025-10 for Noah Margo.
I second the motion.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. And I am going to present a resolution commemorating a lot of Noah's contributions. Okay, a lot of whereases, so watch out. Whereas Noah Margo has served as a dedicated member of the Beverly Hills Unified School District Board of Education with extraordinary service, prioritizing student achievement, staff well-being, and community engagement for 13 years. And whereas he is one of the longest-serving elected officials on the Board of Education and the third candidate in Californian election history to win a write-in campaign, and whereas he continually placed the topic of education at the forefront of discussions, emphasizing its importance in every decision made by the board, exemplified by approving critical educational tools such as NWEA and iReady, enhancing the district's approach to measuring and supporting student growth. And whereas he showcased staff teaching practices by producing, filming, and editing 13 episodes of Now Noah Knows, and advocating for the No Tech November Challenge to encourage balanced technology use. And whereas he reimagined and oversaw the reconfiguration and modernization of the district and facility improvements, ensuring fiscal responsibility by maintaining a continued streak of positive budget certifications. And whereas he allocated funding to raise student achievement, supported the PSAT and SAT for all high school students, expanded access to AP courses and honors opportunities for students, and advocated for classroom-based solutions for student success. And whereas he revised the district's strategic plan, vision, mission, and values, ensuring continuity with the evolving needs of students and staff, and championed the comprehensive update of all board policies to align with the district's new trajectory and best practices. And whereas he weathered the educational impacts of a post-pandemic world while addressing critical challenges enabled by his oversight of the introduction of the innovative one-to-one device program, ensuring uninterrupted student learning. And whereas he strengthened partnerships by negotiating the district's joint powers agreement with the City of Beverly Hills, fostering a strong sense of community through events such as the Concerts on Canon, and by serving as the city liaison on behalf of the Board of Education. And whereas he led district meetings with dignity, professionalism, and a sense of humor, fostering a collaborative and respectful environment, passing resolutions ranging from firearm safety to condemning anti-Semitism, reflecting his commitment to safety and inclusivity. And whereas he contributed nearly 30 years to public education as a teacher, classroom volunteer, and board member, bringing a wealth of knowledge, compassion, and dedication to BHUSD. And now, therefore, be it resolved that the Beverly Hills Unified School District Board of Education does hereby honor Noah Margo for his exceptional leadership, unwavering dedication, and significant contributions to the students, staff, and community of Beverly Hills Unified School District, presented this 17th day of December 2024. Thank you, Noah.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Remy, would you like to begin with comments?
Mr. Margo, I've loved having you by my side all these board meetings where you would answer all my questions and also make me laugh with all your jokes every time. I wish you all the best and hope to see you still tuning into these board meetings, so don't forget us. Hope I made you laugh this time.
Yes, you did.
Mr. Margo, thank you for your service. I know it's been a long and windy road, and I definitely appreciate in the last couple of years your guidance in terms of the how and the pathway and the formality and the logistics of everything. I appreciate you sharing that information with me, and I'm sure that I will make you proud in carrying it forward and hopefully sharing that information with our new board members, and wishing you the best of luck in your next chapter.
I guess I get to talk a little bit longer because I was with you a little bit longer than anybody else. That was an impressive list of things that you accomplished, Noah.
I know I'm exhausted.
I was going to say, when did you have any recreation?
I'm tired of saying whereas.
I don't know when you could have had any, but I have to tell you, I was very impressed, and of course, I've shared many of them with you. I was right there by your side, and I'm going to really miss you. But I just want to say, I know that you are going to continue to be involved in the school. I know that you are going to even maybe make it somewhere in the public, somewhere else, and the other, we've discussed that recently. So I'm not really going to say goodbye to you because I know I'm going to see you a lot, and I know that you're still going to be attending some of the wonderful performing arts programs and vocal programs that we have here in the district. But I really am going to miss, I think, Laura's cookies. Brownies, whatever she decided to make for the day. And but you can still bring them around. That's okay. I won't say no. Anyway, Noah, good luck. You've been a real stalwart, and I really enjoyed working with you. And I look forward to seeing you again many times.
Thank you.
Well, Noah, a lot of those notes on the resolution are all very true, and what come to mind for me, I won't reiterate them, but I will say that I very much enjoyed your humor. Usually you're funny, most of the time you're funny. And I want to recognize that you're a tremendous parent, and that doesn't go unnoticed. I know there's 3 great kids out there, and along with Laura, you guys are a great family. And I know that we will continue to see you around, and I will definitely call you if any help is needed. So thank you very much.
So many of the accomplishments have already been said, so I want to be sure to be unique and original in my comments. As we close this chapter and the things that you've done, it has certainly you've been a cornerstone for all of us in this district in the work that you've done. It hasn't been easy work over the last 8+ years that I've had this opportunity with you. I do want to say on a more personal level what an incredible experience this has been for me as superintendent to watch your 3 children, Solly, Jackson, Reese, grow up before my very eyes in our schools. And watching them flourish has just been a true privilege. And then also seeing the unwavering love and support from your wife, Commissioner Dr. Noah Margo. She's been equally inspiring to me. I do want to thank you, Noah. You have treated me like a human being and not just an employee. One of the most profoundly impactful parts of my experience with you has been that relationship. In a role that is always very challenging and stressful as a superintendency, the weight of the decisions that we make, the repercussions can oftentimes feel isolating. And you've been there every step of the way. You have consistently made a point to check in on me, not just professionally and personally. After some really difficult situations, you have asked me consistently how I was holding up. It wasn't just a passing question. It really came with genuine concern and care. And your ability to be able to see the person behind the title and the job is a gift, and I've been very grateful to be able to receive that from you. Your kindness, your empathy, it's been a grounding force for us here on the cabinet for so many years. And just knowing that somebody understood and that they cared, not just about keeping a superintendent, but cared about me and cared about us and our team, that has been immeasurable. It's a testament to who you are. You are a leader with not only intelligence and vision, but you have extraordinary heart. So I want to thank you for placing your trust in me when I was a new superintendent to the district, and I've been very grateful for this opportunity, and it's an honor that I will always cherish. So on behalf of myself, the cabinet, Fred, Robin, Wendy, Marianne, Benji, and Gary, thank you for being a voice of reason, a source of laughter, and a champion for our schools. We wish you the very best in your next chapter.
Would you like to make some further remarks?
Public comment?
Okay. That said, we will begin with public comment. want Howard first, I believe. Speaking in person, Gabe Goldstein, who has actually ceded his time to Howard Goldstein.
Good evening, Dr. Breggy, President Stern, Board of Education. You know, the last time I was sitting in front of a panel with gray and white walls with really small windows, I was representing a client at a parole hearing. Well, perhaps this setting is apropos, as tonight, Noah Margo is released from serving a 13-year term. This evening marks the culmination of Noah's career in public education, a calling that has spanned more than 30 years. Noah's passion as an educator began as a credentialed elementary school teacher. Later a PTA president, I had the honor of serving with Noah when he was the BV PTA president, and I was a Horace Mann PTA president. And for the past 13 years, of which I was privileged to have 5 of those years, probably the 5 best years you ever had on the board, as a governing school board member. Now, we all know reaching 13 years is considered a milestone in many cultures. In Judaism, it is considered a coming-of-age ritual. So tonight, we are effectively celebrating Noah's board bar mitzvah. And as such, what would a bar mitzvah be without a few words from a rabbi? Fortunately, we have a rabbi on call this evening. If we can have the Zoom.
Okay. Can everybody hear me okay?
A little louder.
Okay. Noah, today you are a man. You can take a breath now. It's over. You did a fantastic job. You hit them all with the hind. Seriously, during the last 13 years, you helped rebuild and remake one of the finest school districts in the country. Yasher koach. With your permission, I would like to share with everyone here something that came up frequently in our conversations as you deliberated running many times for re-election. In each of these discussions, I could feel the tension and anxiety you were experiencing. When I asked about why you would want to continue doing this, your response was always forthright and clear. There was more work to be done. As a teacher and a parent, you felt an enormous amount of responsibility to your children and to your community to make the Beverly Hills Unified School District the best it could be. Like Moses, you exemplified servant leadership, and you lived out the following quote from our ancient rabbinic literature. It is not on you to complete the work, but neither are you free to desist from it. So Noah, as we celebrate your board bar mitzvah today, I want to say how proud I am of your accomplishments and your legacy. On behalf of your family, your friends, your community, your rabbi, and your fellow board members, I want to thank you for your commitment and service. Mazel tov. We love you.
Thank you very much. Amazing. Yes, they are twins. Identical.
Noah, do you realize how difficult it was to find a rabbi on Cameo that looked exactly like you? Now, during Noah's time on the board, he has always been well respected by his colleagues for his strong commitment and focus on improving educational outcomes for all students. Over the years, the student achievement and positive outcomes were always in the forefront of every decision you made. Admired for your stewardship of public funds, You understood that decisions made as a school board member directly impacted the quality and experience of students and educators alike. During your various board presidencies, you ran efficient meetings and led with decency, respect, and empathy. During your tenure, you have proven to be an innovative problem solver who has demonstrated strong insight and leadership on critical issues. The impact of Noah's public service reached far beyond the confines of our school district. The father of public education, Horace Mann, wisely said, quote, "Doing nothing for others is the undoing of ourselves," end quote. That statement exemplifies Noah's record of public service, as he has consistently put others first by dedicating himself to uplift our community. Noah's sacrifice extended beyond himself, though. The support of his family has been instrumental in his ability to serve the community. To Laura, Solly, Jax, Reese, and Abby, thank you for sharing Noah with us. Your sacrifice is equally commendable and deserves our gratitude. Let us remember the words of President Dwight D. Eisenhower, who said, "The supreme quality for leadership is unquestionably integrity." Noah has consistently shown that integrity can always come with a side of humor. Noah, thank you for your service. You have no idea how much you will be missed, and we all wish you the best in your future endeavors.
Thank you. I'd like to call up John Gluck, speaking about Noah Margo. John Gluck, there he is. And you have 3 minutes.
13 years ago, I got a call from my sister Leslie, a local mom to 3 great kids. She said she had a friend who was a local parent with no background in politics or campaigning, but had decided to run for Beverly Hills School Board. She said he was concerned with the direction of the school district and felt that his background and skill set could contribute to the betterment of our schools. Leslie said that she believed in him, but that he needed some help presenting his story to the community, and asked if I'd give him a call to simply offer some feedback. His name was Noah Margo. Like Noah, I had no experience in politics or campaigning, but I did have a background in startup ventures and marketing. Coupled with my passion for government and a love of connecting with people, I gave him a ring. I don't remember the details of that first call, but I do remember the impression I was left with. Within the first 10 minutes of speaking with Noah, I knew he was the rare, real deal. He was clearly a good human who was running for the right reasons and had the background and the mind to make big, positive change. By the end of our call, I believed that if he could effectively convey his background and vision and execute an organized campaign, he could win. And so I asked Noah, "Need any help with the campaign?" To which he quipped, "What campaign? It's just me and my wife, Laura." The 3 of us, Noah, his wonderful wife, Laura, and naively optimistic me, soon found ourselves at their dining room table, cobbling together the best campaign we knew how to run. And it worked. We went on to win that campaign as a write-in, only the second successful write-in campaign in Beverly Hills' 110-year history. And with the help of many other dedicated community members, we won 2 re-election campaigns after that, taking us on a 13-year journey that began as local strangers, morphed into community colleagues, and blossomed into an everlasting bond as cherished advisors and dear friends. Through this journey, I have been privileged to witness Noah's extraordinary humanity and community leadership. His formula has been simple yet profound. Be empathetic to all, make evidence-based decisions, and stay focused on education. Because of Noah's decision to step up for our community 13 years ago, and because of the effective leader he became, countless thousands of children, parents, teachers, administrators, and residents are better off. Thank you, Noah, for giving so much of yourself and for raising the bar higher for all of us to reach for.
Noah will share some outgoing remarks.
Thank you, John. Thank you, Howard. How about this new boardroom? I feel like, thank you. I feel like Moses getting to the promised land, not. Anyway, I thought I'd kick off with some gratitude. It's something I learned recently about maintaining happiness. So instead of last but not least, I will say first and foremost, I have to thank my wife, as we've heard, Commissioner Dr. Noah Margo. You psychologically have bandaged me up from figuratively banging my head against the wall for over a decade. You are a constant, and I love you. My kids, the good ones here tonight, Solomon, Jackson, Reese, who said if I ran for a fourth term, they would emancipate themselves. I mean, they're all adults, but there's always room for improvement. My sister Neely, my sister from the same mister, a cheerleader for me in this district the whole time I've been here. And I was going to diss my brother for not being here, and now I can't. So thank you, Rabbi Josh. And thank you to my mother, Abby, because without her, I just wouldn't be. That's physiology for those paying attention. So here's for some history now. Thanks to Dick Douglas, Gary Woods, and Steve Kessler. You are incredible administrators and mentors. To Jake Manister, Brian Goldberg, and Lisa Korbatov, my OG BMs, you were all there at the very beginning of this. You taught me about the district, what was important, and how to do this job. You set a high bar, and I forever will appreciate you for that. Thank you to Lewis Hall, Mel Spitz, and Isabel Hacker. We didn't always agree, but we were an example of healthy discourse, and that kept us all well prepared. And Isabel, thank you for the cake. Thank you to Tristan Walker-Schumann. Our all but too brief camaraderie on this board has really stuck. You were one of the most well-prepared board members that I've ever worked with. You were a strong voice behind reconfiguration, and you were a vital part in passing a bond measure that our students will benefit from for a very long time. I am proud to call you both a colleague and a friend. Thank you to Howard Goldstein. Sometimes my partner in crime, other times a respectable adversary, but always a sage, confidant, and now a fellow Ducks fan. Sorry, SC, Oregon has way more of my money, and they're kind of number one. Thank you to John Gluck, a tremendous strategist and an even better friend, and an amazing dad. Who would have thought? Thank you to Dave Jackson. All I could say is that I wish I could go back to high school and have you as my principal and then keep failing so you could still be my principal. Thanks to all those who picked up a proverbial or literal hammer to help rebuild our schools. Nelson Kayabiab, Danny Kay, Pat Lappin, Don Blake, Pam Johnson, Amin Solari, and Sean Fonder. Swinnerton and Pro West. Especially Jeff Rising, someone that I have known more than most people here except my own family. Thanks to our councils, Vince, Jen, Terry, and Jabari, and all those who at some point I had to say, you're not charging me for this phone call, are you? Thank you to all those, too many to name, who have volunteered on our advisory committees and our PTAs. And thanks to Tina Weiner and the entire BHEF, your work is invaluable to our students. I want to thank the city council members, past and present, who have worked alongside my boards for the betterment of this community. Barry Brucker, Willie Bryan, John Mirisch, Lily Bossy, Nancy Krasny, Julian Gold, Lester Friedman, Bob Wunderlich, Kathy Reams, Sharona Nazarian, Craig Corman, and my former troublemaker, Mary Wells. To my current colleagues, Mandy, we covered you already. Judy, you and I are both staunch advocates for academic improvement. Keep asking questions, at least 50% of them. And Rochelle, We come from the classroom. That's our real happy place. I wish you all the success in your second year as board president. I'm always around if you need an ear or to unload some coffee cake, which she did earlier, and it's in my backpack. I thanked our principals and teachers personally at each school site, so let's move on to our district admin, the people that the board works closest with. Thanks to Will and Ken. Although COVID showed us that kids can learn at home, they couldn't wait to get back to their schools, and you and your team are partly responsible for that. Sandy, thank you for helping us stay in the 21st century. Coach Tim, thank you for your dedication to our athletes, now 6 through 12. Mark, thanks for keeping us safe and secure. Laura, thank you for all of your work in our most difficult of departments, acronyms. Matt, sometimes HR has to be the board's bad cop, so thank you for wearing that badge. Jason, it's been brief, but I can feel that you will continue the charge of telling this board no. Dustin, keep raising the bar. We have to challenge our students. Continue to foster the kind of environment where whether or not students choose to go to an Ivy League school, they will be prepared to do so. Rebecca, the wonder from down under. Billy Crystal used to parody Fernando Lamas and say, "It's better to look good than to feel good." You make us look good and sound great. What you do every day is teach this district a crash course in marketing, promotion, and photography. Thank you. And of course, Dr. Michael Baba Breggy. What a run, huh? Almost 9 years. You work your tail off, literally. My grandmother would be screaming at you to eat. Michael, I quote Dorothy's parting words to the Scarecrow when I say, "I think I'll miss you most of all." I think I'm Dorothy, and that's it. Dr. Brian Goldberg used to govern with this simple philosophy: how will my vote affect students? Successful boards put education first. It's up to us to pass policies and approve budgets that have a net positive on student achievement. You will never make everyone happy. Don't try. Just keep focused on the students. So to the new board, Judy, Rochelle, and Mandy, and joining them momentarily, Russell and Sigali, I wanted to leave you something with apologies to Robert Fulgham. This is a piece I call, "All I Really Need to Know About How to Live and What to Do and How to Be I Learned in Governing a Kindergarten through 12 District." I know it's a mouthful. These are the things I learned. Share everything. Play fair. Don't hit people. Do not be a burden to staff, be a partner. Bring solutions, not problems. Plenty of folks will bring you problems. Work together, not apart. There are always 5 of you. Clean up your own mess. Say you're sorry when you hurt somebody. Be aware of wonder. It's what keeps us young. Think what a better board it would be if the whole board listened to each other and those around you and did not jump to conclusions. Live a balanced life. You are not just board members. And so with that, I leave you with one final episode of my never award-winning series. Yes.
So take the photographs and still frames in your mind, hanging on a shelf in good health and good time. Tattoos of memories and dead skin on trial. For what it's worth, it was worth all the while. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. This my feet, baby. The grass is growing. It's time to move on. Time to get going. Sometime later, getting the words wrong. I don't know what time it is, but I think it's time to. I don't know what time it is.
Thank you. That was an amazing tribute.
Beautiful.
We now move to the installation of re-elected board member Dr. Amanda Stern. That's me.
And at this time, Dr. Nazarian is going to be coming up, and she will be swearing in both Dr. Stern and then shortly right thereafter, Ms. Sabag. So if you would please come on up. And Dr. Nazarian is a pioneering leader and dedicated public servant with over 30 years of service to the Beverly Hills community, elected to the City Council in June of 2022. She's the first Iranian American woman to hold this position. Vice Mayor Nazarian is a powerful voice for our community, known for her strong advocacy against anti-Semitism and her commitment to human rights. Her pro-resident and pro-local business approach reflects her unwavering dedication to the safety, success, and well-being of Beverly Hills. A staunch supporter of local businesses, she continues to be a strong advocate for the community that she proudly serves. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Brady, and good evening to you all. It's my absolute pleasure to be here, and it's such an exciting night for our school district tonight. Congratulations to the incoming, outgoing, and newly elected board members. Mayor Friedman sends his congratulations and regret for not being able to be here tonight. I'd also like to take a moment to recognize my colleagues who are here, Council Members Mirish, Corman, and Wells. And tonight, it's an honor to be able to swear in two strong, capable women to the school board. We're witnessing a new trend and one that I wholeheartedly support, strong women stepping into leadership roles.
And speaking of strong women, Mrs. Marcus, congratulations on your new role as president. I know we are in good hands. You bring a plethora of knowledge, history, and proficiency to the seat. And Mrs. Manicherry, congratulations on your role as vice president. Our district is a better place as a result of your calm demeanor, mastery, expertise, and genuine care. And for that, we're also very grateful. And Mr. Stewart, I know you are no stranger to having strong women around you, so I know you're ready. You're surrounded by a board full of powerhouse women, and of course, Dr. Brady as well. I know we're in great company with all of you who do an outstanding job. And of course, to Mr. Margo, Dr. Margo, thank you for your leadership and dedication to our community. We are grateful to you and your family for your leadership and service of 13 years. That's truly remarkable, and we all applaud you for that. Thank you for your leadership. And as you all know, Beverly Hills is a unique city. There's no shortage of opinions here, and for many, there's certainly no shortage of resources or influence. But tonight, our community has come together entrusting 5 of you with their most precious asset, their children. And I know you're up for the task. Before I continue, I want to take a moment to recognize the incredible teachers, administrators, and staff of our fantastic district. Day in and day out, you are the backbone of our schools, shaping young minds, inspiring our students, and building a foundation for their future. The dedication you bring to our classrooms and campuses do not go unnoticed, and I know this board will continue to support and champion the work that you all do. And I think they deserve a very large round of applause for that. So this is a moment of leadership, responsibility, and growth, and I have every confidence that you will all lead with compassion, strength, and purpose. And tonight, it's not just about swearing in the new board members. It's about ushering in a future of collaboration, leadership, excellence, and yes, plenty of listening. The City of Beverly Hills is proud to support our schools through their joint power agreement, which provides $14 million annually to ensure the success of our educators and students, because they are our future. Remember that we all serve at the will of the people, and we look forward to our continued partnership. Congratulations to you all, and thank you for your service to our children, our families, and our community. And now let's get to swearing in. So, Dr. Stern, you and I have something in common. We both come from a background in psychology. And let me tell you, that's a gift that you have of listening and being in that role. Your work so far has been nothing short of inspiring. You've led with vision and heart, championing mental health and wellness for all ages, advocating for safe storage of firearms in homes with children, helping organize the October 7th tribute while mentoring our students to be able to be future leaders, and prioritizing something near and dear to us all, math improvement. So you've concluded 4 remarkable years of service, and tonight marks the beginning of a new chapter, and we are delighted to have you as a new force in our community. So with that, please raise your hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly swear that I
Do solemnly swear that I will
support and defend the Constitution of the United States
support and defend the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties
upon which I am about to enter.
discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter. I don't have any particular comments, but thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, may we have Sigali Sabag, please?
All right, Sigali, or Mrs. Savage. Stepping into this role is no small feat, and you're doing so with grace, kindness, and determination. You're no stranger to this district. You've been a deeply invested parent, always prioritizing the success of our students, school, and the well-being of our children. I know you're ready to take this next step and do your homework and lead with strength and tackle the challenges ahead with courage. Your priorities speak volumes about who you are as a leader, advancing community, improving academic outcomes, and fostering a safe and inclusive environment for all of our students. The role of a school board member is not just about policy, it's about trust. It's about leading with integrity and purpose while building bridges. And tonight, I'm confident you will meet these responsibilities and exceed them. So are you ready? I state your name.
I, Sigali Sabag,
Do solemnly swear
that
I will support and defend
I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of California against all enemies,
and the Constitution of California against the state of California, against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States
that I will bear truth, faith, and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
without
any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge these duties
upon which I am about to enter. Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sharona. I really appreciate it. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for being here. We are gathered tonight as a community, united by a deep commitment to our school district, which serves as the foundation of Beverly Hills. Our city is home to intelligent, successful, and compassionate individuals who share a common dedication to the success of our schools and the future of our students. The devastating news we heard just yesterday reminds us all of the profound responsibility we bear as leaders and as a community. A 15-year-old girl caused unimaginable pain and devastation, consequences she could not have fully comprehended in her adolescent mind. Yet in a moment of bravery, a mature and innocent second grader made the split-second decision to call 911. This act stands as a testament to the importance of leadership, safety, education, and well-being for all our children in today's challenging world. I do not and will never take this role as trustee for granted. I am truly honored and thrilled to accept the opportunity to serve on the Beverly Hills Unified School District Governing Board. I am immensely grateful for the trust and support of our Beverly Hills community. I decided to run for the school board for one reason: our students. With the purest of intentions, I sought this role to help make our district the best it can be. I know I can apply my 36 years of experience as a mother of 4, with my 2 youngest currently attending BHUSD schools, along with my professional skills as a businesswoman and licensed contractor. My unwavering dedication is to elevate BHUSD to its rightful place in education as National Blue Ribbon schools. While there will always be challenges and distractions that arise, I promise to remain focused on academic excellence, because every single one of our students deserves leadership that prioritizes their best interest and their futures. I stand here ready to make a lasting and positive impact on our students' lives. I am here for all 3,109 students in our district to ensure every child, regardless of race, religion, nationality, or gender, has the opportunity to pursue academic excellence. Every single child is important to me, and I will work tirelessly to ensure they receive the very best education our district can provide. Children are innocent souls, eager to learn every day. Their minds are like sponges, ready to absorb what we teach them. As adults, we carry an enormous responsibility to teach by example, with patience, commitment, and respect for one another. Like so many families, I moved to Beverly Hills specifically for this school district. I made sacrifices to give my children access to the best education possible, and my passion for our students, our school, and our community runs incredibly deep. During my recent attendance at the California School Board Association Conference, a powerful lesson stood out to me. Board members, plural, have authority. A board member, singular, does not. The board functions as a team. Thank you, Dr. Margo, for your incredible 13 years of unwavering dedication and service to our district as a trustee board member. I am truly excited to work alongside my fellow trustees. Mrs. Marcus, whose experience, knowledge, and dedication with our district is second to none. Mrs. Monticelli, who is so committed, focused, and patient. Dr. Stern, who leads with grace, honesty, and kindness. Mr. Stewart, our hero, the new board member, protector, and survivor, who has overcome all odds. Dr. Brady, who carries the weight of the entire district on his shoulders and handles it with incredible grace. And to our amazing student board member, Remy, a shining example of intelligence, motivation, and a bright future of our community. I feel blessed to work alongside such a dynamic, dedicated, and talented team, individuals who bring diverse ideas and experiences to the table, always treating one another with the utmost respect. To my spectacular team, the parents, friends, and community members who share my goal of elevating BHUSD through accountability and transparency, I am forever grateful. You are the most passionate, intelligent, strong, and caring group of individuals, and I could not have done any of this without your unwavering support. I appreciate every ounce of effort, belief, and integrity you poured into this journey with me. To the 6,681 supporters who voted for me, thank you for believing in my vision and standing by me. To my incredible, loving husband, thank you for your encouragement and support, especially after realizing how determined I was to see this through. You knew that when I set my mind to something, there's no stopping me. To my fantastic children, whom I love immensely, you are my inspiration and the reason I fight so hard for every child in this district. I'm fully committed, deeply focused, and ready to make our community proud. Together, we will ensure that our students, teachers, and families thrive and that our district achieves excellence it deserves. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, and congratulations. We are moving on to newly elected board member Russell Stewart. Welcome. Okay, next we have Russell Stewart.
And Mr. Stewart. Mr. Stewart is being sworn in by Mr. Mirish, council member and three-time mayor. So please come on up. Mr. Mirish was elected to the Beverly Hills City Council in 2009, 2013, 2017, and 2022. A fourth-generation Beverly Hills resident, Councilmember Mirisch lived abroad for a number of years, working as a film executive in marketing and distribution before returning to his hometown. A firm believer that local government, when done right, is the best form of democracy, as it is closest to its people. Councilmember Mirisch works with other like-minded elected officials throughout the state to vigorously safeguard communities statewide by protecting local rights from the incursions of Sacramento politicians and special interest groups. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Brega. Before, Russell, thank you for the honor of swearing you in, but before I do that, I'm standing here in what was the library of a school that I attended from K through 8, Hawthorne, which hopefully at someday I say Hawthorne will rise again. I know this is a wonderful location for the school board to meet and hopefully to have a preschool and an early education center. This school holds some wonderful memories, and I'm glad that it's still going to be here serving the educational community. I also wanted to say a few words to congratulate Noah. Noah, I have been on the council the entire time that you've served on the school board, and I think that in the time that I've been on the council with you there, the city has given around $200 million to the school district, and our commitment to the schools continues because the schools are one of the foundations of our community, continue to be, and I know that the notion that we should be a lighthouse district, which we were when a lot of us went to school here, and that we should be leading the state and the country in educational excellence is something that you've striven for, and I know that with the new council that we're going to be on our way to get there. So Noah, congratulations. I also want to say that I had the privilege of knowing your dad, Phil, and I know in my talks with him when I would walk through the city campaigning and that sort of thing, how very proud he was of you and how proud he would be today. So thank you, Noah. Also want to thank and congratulate Judy on your new role as vice president. It's wonderful to have you now have the opportunity to serve in an executive role, and look forward to also continuing the mission that we all share, is making the schools as good as possible and giving people a reason to think twice if they are sending their kids to private school or elsewhere. Mrs. Marcus, I want to thank you, obviously. You have some of the same shared memories of Hawthorne here, having taught here. You taught my sister at El Rodeo. I love the continuity. I love the fact that, again, that the past does matter to us. We look at the years that our schools opened. This was from 1914, so this school was 110 years old, and that is an important tradition for us to continue. And congratulations on your ascendancy to become, again, president of the school board. I know that we're going to have some Minnesota nice with you up there. Mandy, I want to congratulate you, and not only completing your term as the president, but also on your re-election. Again, continuity is a good thing, and everyone brings something unique to this school board, and look forward to working with you. And again, from the city's perspective, something personally, I do hope that we can get a preschool together with the city going. I think here would be a great location. And my goal has always been, and let's see if we can figure out a way to fund it, to offer to our residents, to all of our residents, free preschool. We talk about wanting to attract younger families. That's certainly a way to do it, and I would love to see us all make that happen. Sigali, I want to congratulate you as well on your election. It is so wonderful, and we need more Israeli Americans in elected office, especially at this time, and on this board, especially when we see what other school boards, like in Santa Ana, are doing. I'm sure you know all about the ethnic studies curriculum that has been proposed. We need fighters up there, and we need people who understand the truth. And so congratulations to you. And again, I know that the way that the city has tried to serve as a model, a role model when it comes to fighting anti-Semitism and anti-Jewish racism, that the school board has a very important role to do so. And I know Dr. Breggy recently went to Israel, and I think that's really important. And again, we just see what's happening all around us at our universities as well. And our kids are among the most susceptible and vulnerable. It is so important for us to not allow things like that to happen. And of course, I know in our community we won't, but maybe again we can set an example and make sure it doesn't happen elsewhere, for example, in Santa Ana or elsewhere. So, that said, I get to my friend Russell. Russell and I share a number of things. We are both Canadian citizens, eh? And we are both fans of the Tottenham Hotspur Soccer Club in England. But most of all, we share a love of our city and of our school district and a commitment to make these things as good as possible. Russell, as I'm sure many of you know, had a scare recently. He was hit by someone who was on drugs, I think, who had stolen a car, and we're very lucky to have him here with us right now. And we're lucky that he's standing. I know he's still recuperating, but we're lucky that you can be here physically, and we're lucky that you're on the mend. And the community is lucky because that means you're going to be able to serve with your heart and with your commitment and to do good things for this community. Now, I wanted to swear you in as Dr. Rowan. Dr. Rowan used to be the principal here many years, but I'm afraid that my Dr. Rowan impersonation would be lost on many of you, unfortunately. Maybe Rochelle Marcus would know, and I'll do it for you afterwards. Then I was thinking maybe I could do my Saul Levine. Some of you may know Saul Levine. He was the former superintendent of the schools. On Hello Day, way back in the day, I greeted the freshmen as Saul Levine, but I'm not going to do that. I'll spare you, and it's my honor, my great honor to swear you in. So let's get the right. Russell, thank you again for the great honor of being able to swear you in. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Russell Stewart,
I, Russell Stewart,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully
and that I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter.
discharge the duties of which I'm about to enter. What an incredible daughter that I have, that the first thing that she said is, Daddy, I know you can't raise your right hand, so I'm going to come and help you. Wow. I stand here before you deeply honored and humbled to be installed as a member of the board of the Beverly Hills Unified School District. This journey has been a dedication, a collaboration, and a shared desire to see our schools thrive and our children succeed. Tonight is not just about celebration, but it is about the responsibility that we all share to build a better future. 32 days ago, I almost lost my life just a few blocks away. I want to express my incredible thanks to my family, especially my wife, who had to transform into a superhero for my family, especially my daughter. I want to thank Chief Stainbrook, if he's still here, and the absolutely incredible members of our law enforcement agency, including a special thank you to Sergeant Billy Fair, who is the man who's standing right over there, who captured the man who hit me. We have the greatest law enforcement agency in the world, and the fact that this person who struck me and changed my life forever was in handcuffs within minutes just shows that we have the greatest law enforcement agency that you could ever have, and I'm so grateful. Thank you so much to all of the city council members, especially Mary Wells, and the role that you played in saving my dog. I don't know all the details, but I heard that you were there and you were able to bring Rudy back to us and make that call and make him safe. Thank you, Councilmember John Mirish. You've been a friend for so long. Thank you so much for swearing me in and your dedication to not only our community, but your dedication to fighting anti-Semitism is something that I think is unparalleled in our entire city, and thank you so much for that. I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to every single member of the board, new and old and outgoing. You've been counseling me now for months and educating me on how to be a successful board member. And I'm just so encouraged that every day while campaigning, I felt like I was already family, win or lose. And thank you so much for everything that you've done for me. Obviously, thank you so much to Noah Margo. Your history is going to go down in history. You've done so many amazing things. And if I can live up to just a fraction of what you've done, I will call my time on this board a great success. To all the parents, students, and teachers, and community members who believed in our vision and my campaign, thank you so much. Your support made this possible, and I promise to uphold the trust that you've placed in me. As I take on this role, I'm guided by the principles I've championed throughout this campaign. We want a district that values academic excellence, safety, transparency, and accountability. We want to ensure that parents are treated as partners in the educational process and that every child has the opportunity to succeed. I firmly believe in bringing private sector principles and efficiency to our public sector. Our district should operate with the same sense of responsibility, transparency, and fiscal discipline that successful businesses do. We owe that to our students and our taxpayers. My conservative values will guide me in this role. I believe that individual responsibility, parental rights, fiscal responsibility, and the protection of our students is vital. We will ensure our schools are safe spaces for learning, where anti-Semitism, bullying, and intolerance are swiftly addressed. We also must support policies that are for academic excellence, merit, and fairness. This is just the beginning. Our work starts now, and it will take all of us, parents, teachers, administrators, and students, to achieve all of these goals. I am positive and optimistic about what we can accomplish together. I am positive that if we build a district that we can be proud of, that this will reflect all of our strengths. Our safety and success is exactly what we want for our children. Thank you again for this incredible honor, and let's get to work. And sorry, I've only got one arm.
It is now my pleasure to ask for nominations for our next board president. And I would like to make a nomination for Rochelle Marcus.
I'm sorry. I second the nomination with pleasure.
Okay, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
And at this time, I'd like to introduce you to Marty Marcus, who will be coming up to swear in Mrs. Marcus into her presidency. Marty attended Hawthorne K through 8 and graduated from Beverly Hills High School in 1987. He graduated from Georgetown University with a BA degree in 1991 from Pepperdine Law School in 1995. Marty and his wife Debbie are proud parents of Alea and Alon, who you met earlier, and they presently attend Beverly Vista Middle School. So welcome, Mr. Marcus.
Thank you, thank you. I'll be very brief. I know we're running probably late tonight. I just want to say one thing, and if any of you have had a mother who's a 8th grade science teacher, you will know how much pleasure it brings me to say, Mother. Now you have to repeat after me. Raise your right hand. I, Rochelle Marcus,
I, Rochelle Marcus,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well
and that I will well
and faithfully discharge the duties
of
which upon I'm about to enter.
upon which I am about to enter.
Congratulations, Mother.
I really don't like to public speak. I don't know if you all know that. I'm not a public speaker in the true sense of the word, but I would like to first of all thank everybody that came tonight, and I would love to be able to recognize all the dignitaries that were here, but in the fear of leaving somebody out, I will just say thank you for being here. You made it very important for me. I also want to welcome our newly installed board members, Sigali Sabag and Russell Stewart, and our returning board member, Amanda Stern, and congratulate them on their successful campaigns and elections. And with Judy Manicherry being soon installed as vice president, I look forward to this board of trustees, 5 strong, working well together. During my 6 years on the board, our strong governance team has had one guiding mission: educational excellence. Our focus was and shall remain to prepare our students for the promising futures that lie ahead of them. The Board of Trustees, working collaboratively with our superintendent and his cabinet, have maintained a strong working relationship to achieve our goals and to meet the demands for a higher level of achievement for each and every one of our students. We adopted programs to meet the demands for social and emotional growth. We adopted fiscally responsible budgets. We put in place measures to finish our construction projects with budgetary goals in mind. And it is critical that we remain focused on these very same goals as we move forward as a newly installed board. During my tenure on the board, there are some initiatives which I have supported and in which I felt have come to fruition. Number 1, reconfiguration. The revolutionary measure which improved the academics and elective offerings to our middle school students and which allowed our TK through 5 schools to focus solely on elementary education. Our strategic plan, where we set out to prioritize a strong focus on academics with rubrics to measure success and improvements so we can continually monitor all the phases in our school district. Adoption of a strong safety and security plan. Is there really anything more important than to ensure the safety and security of all of our staff and students? Of course not. We will be diligent and make sure we have the best security in place. And parents, You too have a role in ensuring our children's safety, monitoring your children's social media, talk with your children about social media, its appropriate use, and how technology can be misused. Hand in hand with that, we provide ongoing wellness services to our students, whether it be the Norman Aid Center at the high school or now the fully operational Bulldog 8 Center, where we provide nurturing services for our Beverly Vista Middle School students. Parents, please seek the help in a timely manner. Do not waste this great opportunity to get this help. We have excellent services in place for your children. I would like to comment on the new AVID studies classes that are going to help students attain and achieve a higher level of college readiness. I would like to compliment the completed modernization and welcoming the community to attend the reopening of the El Rodeo Elementary School. We also opened the B1 and B2 buildings at the high school. We initiated and trained our administrators with a new teacher evaluation system, so there's uniformity and an effective method to evaluate how our teachers are performing. We completed and revised the big policy handbook, aligning our policies and regulations with CSBA and economic and educational code. We remain continually focused on students who struggle with chronic absenteeism. We are also focused on students' behavior to ensure they miss less school due to disciplinary action. We seek better ways to keep our students in class where they need to be, always focused on their education. We are adopting new textbooks all the time and to ensure that our students have the best materials to align with the curriculum. And I look forward to the new math books, which are going to be coming out in 2025. I hope I'm not speaking too soon. We've developed the needed pathways to provide our students with opportunities to explore their ever-expanding interests with more honors classes and a wider range of electives, and more sports programs as they matriculate from middle school to high school. In my 60 years as a teacher, a parent, and a community member here in Beverly Hills, I am proud of my record and history. After more than 50 years of teaching in this district, I was elected and then re-elected to serve as a member of the board. I will always strive to advance our children's academic excellence with the same platform and educational goals I promised when I ran for this office, and will continue to do so. No one was more supportive of my journey than my husband, Edwin, and I only wish he could be with me here tonight as I am reinstalled. But I have my wonderful family and many dear friends here to support me, as witnessed by the start of the evening program. My son, Marty, and his wife, Debbie, and my grandchildren, Ilan and Alea, played a part in tonight's installation. And my daughter, Joy, she always gives me joy. And her husband, Paul, and their daughter, Emily. And I want you to know they are celebrating high tonight. It is their 18th wedding anniversary, so. And thank you to the Beverly Hills community for putting your trust in me. I promise to continue with our mission, educational excellence. Thank you all again for coming out this evening. Have a wonderful winter break and holiday season. And please bring your children, our students, back healthy, safe, and rested for the second half of the school year. Thank you. I would now like to call for some nominations for the board vice president. Do I have any nominations?
I will nominate Ms. Manishari for vice president.
And do I have a second?
I second.
And I call for a vote. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Oh, thank you.
And Mr. Parviz Manicherry will be swearing in Mrs. Manicherry. Board member Judy Manicherry is now being sworn in, so please come on up. I would like to introduce you to Judy's father-in-law, Parviz Manicherry. He's affectionately known as Bubba Parviz by his 5 grandchildren. He is also lovingly known as the Big Nerd. Mr. Manicherry exemplifies a life rooted in integrity, kindness, and unwavering devotion to his family. A pillar of love and support, he has always prioritized nurturing his family and giving back to his community, leaving a lasting impact on those around him. Welcome.
It's my pleasure and honor to be here today to sworn in my love. That's really, I believe she's one of the best ever daughter or daughter-in-law I had seen in my community, and I believe that she is the best woman and also the best mother for her kids, and I congratulate her.
Thank you, Nerd. Line by line.
I, Judith Manicherry, solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States.
I, Judith Manicherry, do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
And the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies, foreign and domestics.
Against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California.
That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California.
That I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
That I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion.
And that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter.
And that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I actually didn't prepare anything, so I'll start by saying something about our president, which is, you might not remember, but you were my substitute teacher when I was an 8th grader and our teacher, Ron Brown, passed away, and Mrs. Marcus stepped in, and that's how long I've known her. So it's truly an honor to be your vice president this coming year. Thank you. And I congratulate Mandy, Russell, Sagali on your election. I'm so proud of all of you, each unique individual and offering us a diverse perspective. And I think that's just going to make us stronger and a more well-rounded board who can represent our community better. As for myself, the last 2 years have been the honor of my lifetime, and I'm only getting started. I wake up every day, and Dr. Breggy knows this because he hears from me at 8:31 after my 3rd child is dropped off on a daily basis. But I wake up every day and I ask myself, what am I doing today to make sure that our staff and our students are safe and comfortable and at home every day at school, and that they go home to their loved ones at the end of the day. And the next thing I ask myself is, what am I doing to make sure that our students are getting the best possible education to serve each one in the way that they need to be met? And I look forward to carrying that work on. I know I ask a lot of questions, and I appreciate everyone working with me, and we're going in the right direction, and I hope that 2025 is going to be a year of health and peace for our community and unity as well, and I'm going to be working toward that. Thank you.
Now, as the new board president, and as Ms. Manicherry gets seated.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm going to call for a nominations for the clerk board, and usually that is the person who was the immediate president. So I'm going to nominate you, Dr. Stern, as the clerk, the board clerk.
I second that nomination.
Any discussion? Okay, call for the question. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Congratulations, Dr. Stern.
Thank you.
Okay, and now I would like to call for a motion of the adoption of the annual motions. Do I have a second or a first? You have to make a motion.
I make a motion to adopt the annual motions.
I will second the motion. Any discussion? Seeing none, I call for the question. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Voted 5-0. Did I hear from?
Aye.
Okay. I have to hear from all of us, including my friend Russell.
Yeah, I said aye.
Okay, thank you. Next would be the adoption of the certification of signatures. I believe we've all done that. Is that true? Okay. We will adopt that, as I have a motion for the adoption of the certificate of signatures.
I'll make a motion for the adoption of certification of signatures.
I'll second.
Okay, any question, comments, discussion? I'll call for the question. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Okay, we need someone to be the representative to the Los Angeles County School Trustees Association. For my new members that don't know about this, we have what is a county trustees, and we usually have one representative that will attend it. They meet about once a month, and they have a dinner, and sometimes we can send two people, depending if they'd like to go. So we can, if anybody wants to be the representative, they can. If otherwise, we can just pick and choose, go on
a monthly basis.
On a monthly basis. Would you like to do that? You think you can do that? Okay, is there anybody else that would like to do that? No, at times I'll go with you also, Sigali. Okay, so Sigali has asked to be the representative to LACSA, and she will be our representative. Okay. We need to turn in the annual affidavit of residence. It doesn't include a motion. Just make sure that you turn in your residence. We need to elect a representative to the Los Angeles County Committee on School District Organization, which will be coming out in October or November. Do we have anybody that would like to be a representative?
Does that make sense for Sigali to be the same?
No, it's not the same thing. No, this is a redistricting of the committee for the school district, all the school districts. But if she'd like to do both, I mean, I can do it if it's up to you.
This is not something that meets very often, so I just this is not a very time-consuming.
We can decide on that later. Okay. Okay, now for the city liaisons. That first one, city liaisons, usually the president and the vice president or their designee, but I know that Mrs. Manicherry and I would like to do it, so that one will be covered.
Okay.
The joint powers agreement, I welcome anybody who would like to be in the joint powers agreement as a representative.
That's one that I would like to do because I think some continuity would be helpful. We just signed the JPA with the city last year, but we do have some work to do in terms of the preschool and the early childhood development program. So I welcome any other
I'm going to join in on that unless somebody else would like to do. I do believe that it would be important.
I
for-
would like to join in on that.
Huh?
I would like to join in on that.
Russell would like to do that. Okay, I'll put, then Russell.
Okay.
If either of you cannot make it,
Yes.
Mr. Stewart or Mrs. Manicherry, I will act as your second person.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, the Health and Safety Commission, that is a commission that I've been attending for several years. I enjoy doing it. I'd be willing to do it again. Unless somebody wants to steal it from me, I would like to do it again.
I just had a quick question. Maybe the council members might be able to answer this. Is health and safety being amalgamated with another?
Well, until they do
commission?
it, it hasn't happened yet. It's
not
not something
happened
that.
yet. But
We
But is that
can,
the
we can
plan?
discuss that.
We can
when-
downsize later.
Got it.
Yeah. Okay, so if all you don't mind, I'll take that position.
Okay.
Human Relations, this is Human Relations meets on Thursdays at 9 a.m., I believe. And we need to have someone as a liaison to that committee. Is there anybody that, okay, thank you, Mandy. Okay, Recreation and Parks, I had a note on that from Judy, that they really only want someone to come on a quarterly basis, so we could probably decide that
Yeah.
later,
So
because that,
Mrs. Wells and I had been going, and it's actually such a fun bunch. I have loved being with them. But we started only going once a quarter, which has been fine, which has been working well, given all the things that they're covering in their meetings. And their meetings are also held on Tuesday early afternoon, so sometimes it's not even possible to attend. So it's a light one. I'm happy to continue
When's our
that since I'm doing JPA and city liaison. Maybe that's a natural one to continue, Rochelle. I'll accept my nomination.
did you just offer?
I'm on it.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Judy. Okay, District Finance Committee, this is a committee that does not meet too often anymore, but we do have to have someone that would be willing to represent us on the Finance Committee.
I can also speak to this one. Mrs. Wells and I were on it together, and actually it was going very well. And so well that the committee itself decided that they only needed to meet on a quarterly basis because a lot of the same information was being presented in a very transparent and consistent way at the board meetings. So to avoid redundancy, it has been reduced to a quarterly basis.
I think I should probably step in on that one.
Sure.
Anybody else want to go on that? We can have two. Nope. Okay,
On
RM?
finance? No.
Okay, the
I think
next
that might
one.
be maybe Sigali will do it too.
She'd like to do that also. Okay, good.
Okay.
Good, Sigali.
Great.
Thank you.
And the one item that I'll make a notation of on the Finance Committee is I think that we have one member that needs to be replaced. So-
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Citizens Bond Oversight Committee. Sigali, this is a committee that deals with bond and constructions in ways, and I would love to see if you'd like to get involved in that. It's up to you. I'm just
Yeah.
making that suggestion.
I can join you since I was on it last year, so we can continue together.
Yes,
Okay.
that would be perfect.
Judy, you're going to?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Wellness Committee is a committee that I've been sitting on, and Judy, you've also been on that committee. Do you want to continue with that? You've taken on quite a load.
I know, the wellness is all different types of, and yes, the cafeteria food would go under that. You got it.
So who's going to that now?
Sigali.
Okay.
Okay.
And Mrs. Marcus?
And Mrs. Marcus, sure.
Okay, and the CTE is the Career and Technology Education, and President and Vice President usually are on that committee. Okay, so at this point, I know it's been a long evening, but I am going to open it up to public comment. If anybody would like to make a comment, I have some. Do I have anybody? Yep.
And thank you to everybody who attended this evening, truly.
Oh, what happened? It's time to, okay. Okay, Joelle Tabibian has ceded her time to Zachary Hassan, so I welcome them up to, they have 6 minutes. If Zachary Hassan would like to come forward. Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening, members of the board, and thank you for hearing what I have to say today. I've been a student in the Beverly Hills Unified School District since kindergarten, and I'm very fond of this district and what it has meant to me in the 12 years that I've been here. However, in the past couple of years, I personally have noticed that there is a concerning mentality among certain members of the administrative team of suppression as well as a lack of transparency within the community. Recently, an incident occurred where the head of security for the school district put his hands around the neck of a student. A similar occurrence with the wrestling coach who shoved a student in the chest a few years ago resulted in the coach being fired immediately. Despite complaints made by the student and his parent, as well as abusive and unprofessional behavior by the head of security, so far he was only briefly suspended and then subsequently reinstated. To my knowledge, no further action has been taken. As the school's journalism outlet, it is the duty of KBEV to report on the events that take place around the school and the community. A few students later published a video expressing their thoughts on what transpired between the student and the head of security. When the school administration saw this video posted, they immediately suspended my teacher, Mr. Carey, and demanded the video be taken down. Instead of being informed by the school administration, we showed up to the class with no substitute or administrator present and no information about the whereabouts of our teacher. This week, there's been a new substitute who has been placed in my class who has stated that my class has a reputation and that he will be reporting back to the district administration about our activities. This has made me feel uncomfortable going to class and has left me with the feeling that my actions are being monitored just because of what program I chose to take part in. All of these events illustrate the administration's continued commitment to extreme opacity and as a first instinct to cover up any incident that might prove damaging to them personally, as opposed to a mindset of open communication with the community. Most of the news about what happens at our school, we have to hear from the Facebook posts of disgruntled teachers or local news outlets instead of official statements. The purpose of KBEV is to inform the public and to teach students about journalism and journalistic ethics, at the core of which is not bowing to forced censorship, even if it reflects badly on someone in a position of power. The administration could, and most likely will argue, that these actions are because they want to prevent disinformation. However, if material released by KBEV or anyone else contains any false or incorrect information, it is the responsibility of the school district to correct and counter it in a public statement, not to censor the video and threaten the teacher and students. On top of this, the school has released barely any official statements to the public about recent events, leaving the community uninformed. This behavior is unethical and problematic, and I don't know how much the board was aware of these events prior to my speaking, and I can't blame them for not responding to events that they were unaware of. However, now that you're all aware, I urge you to investigate these events and take swift action, because anything else would be a condonement of this behavior. Thank you for your time and your consideration.
Deborah Cohn, are you still here? You have 3 minutes. Okay, we'll move on. Ava Wiseman or Wisman? I'm not quite sure. I'm sorry if I mispronounced it. Ava Wiseman? Wiseman, thank you. 3 minutes.
Good evening. My name is Ava Wiseman, and I'm an 11th grade student at Beverly Hills High School. I stand before you today to speak on behalf of Mr. Carey, a teacher, mentor, and role model who has profoundly impacted my life and the lives of and the lives of countless students here at Beverly. Mr. Carey is far more than just a teacher. He is a guiding figure, a source of inspiration, and a true mentor. Without him, many of us would not have the passion for education or the drive to succeed that we do today. Mr. Carey has dedicated more years to this school than any other teacher, building the KBEV program from the ground up. His influence extends far beyond the classroom, creating opportunities and providing students with the tools we need to succeed. What sets him apart from other teachers is not just his professional expertise, but his unwavering commitment to us as individuals. He doesn't just care about our grades, he cares about who we are as people. For many of us, his classroom is a place where we feel heard, valued, and encouraged to be our best selves. I've been fortunate enough to be involved in KBEV for the past 3 years, and the lessons I've learned in Mr. Carey's class have taught me more about the real world than any other academic experience I've had at Beverly. He has helped us develop critical skills in communication, problem solving, and leadership skills that will serve us long after graduation. What makes Mr. Carey truly unique is his kindness and generosity. He creates a safe environment where students can explore their passions, make mistakes, and grow. He sees us as individuals, not just students, and he provides guidance without judgment. His influence on the KBEV program has left an indelible mark on this school and would never be the same without him. Mr. Carey's suspension has been difficult for all of us who have had the privilege of knowing him. I ask that you consider everything he has done for Beverly Hills High School and make a decision that reflects his true value to this community. Thank you for your time and consideration.
Thank you. And now we have Leora Nadavood, and she's asked to speak. You have 3 minutes, Leora. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Leora Nadavood, and I am currently in advanced KBEV. I've had Mr. Carey for the past 3 years, and he's one of the best teachers in Beverly Hills High School. He's one of the wisest, most caring teacher who always wants the best for us. Part of being a good teacher is to look after and protect their students, and I feel like that is what he was doing and was unfairly blamed for this situation when he was only doing his job of looking after his student. Mr. Carey was simply practicing his First Amendment freedom of speech. As a student, I've always been told that I can trust my teachers and adults around me when it comes to having a different opinion, but because of this situation, I don't think I can. Thank you for your time and consideration.
Thank you. If there's no other comments, we are going to be adjourned. I'd just like to announce that the next regular meeting of the school board
There's
will
one
be...
more, there's one more.
Oh, there's one more? There's no one. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Last minute. I'd like to call Robbie Curtis. Robbie, are you here? Okay, Robbie. That's nice to see you. For you, I can wait.
Very hard act to follow. Those students are quite exceptional. Good evening, Dr. Breggy, board members, and my dear friend, Rochelle Marcus, who has dedicated her life to this city as a teacher, advocate, and public servant. My name is Robbie Curtis, a proud graduate of Beverly Hills High School class of '73 and the father of 2 BHHS grads, 08 and 10. I stand before you because outrage is brewing, not just in the hallways of the high school, but throughout the greater Beverly Hills community. Students, alumni, and parents are deeply troubled by the recent indefinite suspension of perhaps the most admired, impactful, popular, and beloved teacher at Beverly, Romeo Carey. For the last 2 decades, Mr. Carey has done far more than teach. He has mentored, inspired, and propelled countless students into successful careers in media and beyond. But his contributions extend even further. Over the past decade, Mr. Carey has brought acclaim and pride to Norman Nation and our community. Under his leadership, KBEV students have dominated state and national competitions, winning state championships 9 out of the last 10 years, and representing California in the Skills USA broadcast news competition at the national level. Just this last year in Georgia, the students earned the silver medal, a remarkable testament to their hard work and his outstanding guidance. KBEV's success has been recognized in our nation's capital. Congressman Ted Lieu stood in the U.S. House of Representatives chamber and read a proclamation honoring KBEV and its achievements. That recognition, along with KBEV producing 3 Forbes 30 under 30 students, underscores the extraordinary impact of this program and Mr. Carey's leadership. He is the kind of educator who brings both prestige and purpose to our high school. So I ask the board, what happened here? Why has a teacher of Mr. Carey's caliber been sidelined without a single transparent conversation? Whispers echo throughout our city. What exactly is the issue under investigation? And why is the process cloaked in such secrecy? Is this about due process or perhaps something else, a personal grievance or vendetta? These are the questions being asked by the students, parents, and alums. The district's lack of transparency has fueled speculation, frustration, and suspicion. I know you cannot answer me directly, but I will say this. Mr. Carey is more than simply a teacher. He is a cornerstone of the school, a mentor whose guidance and kindness have already shaped generations of students and brought us national recognition. Taking it on my own to speak for the community and students past and present, I respectfully urge this board to conclude this investigation immediately and return Mr. Carey to the rightful place in his classroom. To delay further is to do irreparable harm to the students and to a man who has spent his life building futures and bringing honor to this school. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. I guess there's no further business. I would like to invite everybody to enjoy the refreshments that are being served in the room directly behind us. And our next meeting will not be until January 28th. So have a safe, healthy vacation and season greetings to everybody, whatever you celebrate, and return safely. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rochelle.
Okay.
Thank you.